I guess this is for both of you guys, Lexi and Kelsey. I spoke to you guys as creative director earlier this year. Just your thoughts, Jazbel, sorry. Just your thoughts about collaborating with him on some of the stuff you guys have already done. Yeah.
Really great guy. I think a lot of his designs and creativity has made our favorite girls happy. A lot of the stuff that he put together at the beginning of the season was really dope, and we got a chance to meet him and everything that he brought to the table. And so it's great to build relationships, but I think ultimately it's great to also be grateful for people that do things like that. So shout out to him.
Thank you.
This question from Lexi. This is Ivan with STWS Media. You built a reputation on bringing energy and toughness. What did you feel the team needed more down the stretch tonight?
I think more energy and toughness. I think we talked about it in the locker room at half, and then we talked about it again at the end of the game. That they're playing to make the playoffs. They came in with a lot of energy, a lot of grit, and I think at the end of the day, they just wanted it more. They were more desperate for the win. So for us, I think it's just we needed more of that. We needed to be the team that wanted it more, and I don't think that we were today.
Yes, I know. Great. So this is for Coach White or anyone that might want to answer. With the regular season series against Dallas now complete, what do you take away from these matchups if you potentially see them again later in the season?
I think the biggest thing is we got to be better on the defensive end of the floor. I think the first matchup we gave them over 100 points, gave them 91 here today. They made some really good adjustments. They forced us to guard one-on-one. We've improved on the defensive end, but we've got to continue to grow, in those areas. We got to finish plays. 12 second chance points in the second half when we're trying to make a comeback. All those possessions matter. At the end of the day, it's a possession game. And 50-50 balls, offensive rebounds, turnovers, free throws, and dead balls, it makes it hard to do what we do best, and that's play in transition. So we've got to be more disciplined at times. But they're a tough team. They're a great team. They've got great scorers. They've got really smart players. They've got a great coach. And, they're a team that makes it really tough on you. They don't fight the game. They keep you honest, and they make you be really disciplined on the defensive end.
Yeah, just for Steph, kind of on that energy and toughness standpoint, how did you see that fall flat more in the second half? And do you think the road trip obviously has anything to do with it, with how much you guys have been playing?
Yeah, I thought it in the first half was worse than the second half. I thought our energy, our activity, our awareness wasn't great in the first half at all. It was almost like we were sleepwalking. It was better in the second half, but, Enrique did what Enrique does, right? And sometimes that's really hard to stop. And we missed some opportunities. I thought there was some fatigue in our shots. When our long shots aren't falling, we got to find other ways to get defenders in rotation. I thought we got really tunnel visioned in our attacks. Their length really bothered us. We didn't find the next pass. We didn't find the best shot on the floor. That's an area that, again, we have to continue to grow. But, Lexi said it. They were desperate. And we're desperate, too, and we got to play like it.
Steph, they have anything? I'm sorry.
No, Coach, we only get to see you local here. We only get to see you twice a year once a year. Is this a standard atmosphere for your games on the road?
Yeah.
Are you used to it now?
Yeah, I don't know that it's hard. I don't know if you ever get used to it.
You're not. Why not?
I think honestly, I be in awe. I really do. I look up and I be like, Coach, I be looking up. I be like, damn, there's a lot of people here. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Especially because for me, I came from Indy where it wasn't nobody there, and so you see a million people there, and so you're obviously grateful for the transition, but I think you just always be grateful for the game, where it's going, and how many people want to watch us play, because I think that it shows where the growth and the change is going and where the transition is coming from. But I don't think it's something that you ever want to really get used to. It's something that you really want to be grateful about, I think.
Coach, does it change the way you coach the game? You ever notice that in third quarter, fourth quarter? Does it ever impact the way you coach?
The fans?
Just the atmosphere, the voice that you have to project, any of that stuff.
Yeah,
Seriously,
I think the only time it really does is sometimes in timeouts. Really making sure that we get tight and we get in there and making sure that we can project that. Look, when they're on the other end, they act like they don't hear me anyway. Like, I'm used to that. So I was a player too. I did the same thing. No, I mean, I do think, I think that you got to have some signals. You got to have some awareness in dead ball situations of looking over if we're going to try to make some adjustments. Timeouts is probably when it's the most challenging.
I think Steph was 46, 26 points in the paint.
Mhm.
Without like looking at the film and really dissecting it, where do you kind of point the finger of blame out there for that?
I think our one-on-one D. I think they got 2 feet in the paint in our one-on-one D. When we were in rotation, then they got offensive rebounds and got those putbacks. I thought we were a step slow in our rotations. And then for us, I mean, a walk. She kept us from scoring in the paint. I don't know how many blocks she ended up with, but I think she had 5 in the first half. They have great length. They did a great job of shelling us, forcing us into a crowd, and not allowing us to see some easy open teammates. And we got to watch the film and we got to be better.
This one's for Kelsey. So the Fever came in riding a 5-game win streak. How do you make sure this road loss does not slow down that momentum?
I think it's what our coach said. You gotta watch the film. You gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta look yourself in the mirror. Our group gotta look ourselves in the mirror, and I think that you gotta be prepared for the next day. Lord willing, we get another chance, another opportunity to really get it right and be intentional about getting it right. And so I like to think that our group, we want to make a really good playoff run. We want to be able to finish the season the right way, and I think that if you take that serious, then you're gonna be able to show up.
This question's for all three of you. Talk about, obviously there's a lot of different personalities on this Indiana Fever team. So talk about this group and why it's so special. And also talk about, they were mentioning you guys come to Dallas twice a year. So talk about the American Airlines Center and what this atmosphere has meant to you guys.
You guys want to go first?
I think that's what's so special about our team is, like you said, we do have a variety of people. We have a lot of personalities, but I think something that's so special about our culture is that you get to show up every single day and everyone loves you and you get to show up exactly the way you are. And I think that's something that's so special about coming to work every day is that we get to come and be surrounded by love and happiness and joy, and we laugh. We enjoy our time together, and I think that's what's so special about this group.
I ditto that.
I think the other thing, these women are really incredible in being able to keep the main thing. We talk a lot about we're not going to silence the noise. How do we minimize it? How do we insulate? How do we show up every day? Part of that is everybody's accepted for who they are. Part of that is loving each other and pouring into each other, and holding each other accountable. It's all of those things. And the other part is just their ability to lock in and keep the main thing. And I give them a ton of credit because it's not easy. And they show up every day. And not every day is a great day, but they show up every day and they work and they pull for each other and they're selfless. And if it's not your day and it's somebody else's, they're pouring into whoever that is. And that's a really important quality and what's allowed our group to continue to move forward. And I am so proud of the women in our room that we continue to walk that walk every day.
Just to wrap up, a couple other positive things in addition to Kelsey's point streak. Michaela Timpson first double-double.
Okay.
Also, Kelsey now with 912 points on the season, a new franchise record for points in a single season. So I know she wasn't there. We'll give her flowers. Thanks, guys.
Kelsey.
Appreciate you guys.